Hey, what's up YouTube? Custom PC Review here, and today I have for you the full review of the Corsair, right here, Vengeance 1300 analog gaming headset. Now this is one of Corsair's newest offerings to the headset market, and along with this headset is also Corsair Vengeance 1500. Now the difference between the 1500 and the 1300 is that the 1500 also includes stuff like memory foam ear pads, a metal headband, and a USB sound card. But enough of the 1500 because we are doing a review of the Vengeance 1300. So how well does the Vengeance 1300 work? Well, let's find out. So if you've been watching my reviews, I typically structure my reviews into 3 parts. Now the first part will be of design, the second performance, and the third value. Then I'm going to give you guys a recommendation. So let's get started. Okay, so the design. The Corsair Vengeance 1300 is, in my opinion, designed very well. And as you can see here, the headphones look pretty awesome with the nice blue accents right there and the plastic right here. And this is some pretty nice plastic, as it feels very sturdy and pretty durable. So the ear cups are also huge. They are made of soft, pleathery material and can easily, they're pretty big, so they can easily cover pretty much any size of ear. Now this is great for comfort since on-ear headphones tend to cause a lot of ear pain, and this one doesn't. For those who wear glasses as well, these headphones work just fine. I wear glasses, and throughout my testing, these headphones did not cause any issues with my glasses, nor did it cause any discomfort either. In addition to that, as you can see here, the cable is braided and tangle free, and definitely it is very long. How long do you ask? Well, it is about 3 meters long, or about 10 feet, which is much taller than I am. Anyways, this is definitely a welcome touch, especially if your computer is very far away from where you plan to sit. Now, the middle of the cable, you also have a pretty basic control pod. Now this control pod allows you to control the volume up, volume down, and the mic on or the mic muted. Now this is also pretty standard, so it's definitely a nice feature to have. Now if I do continue pulling this cable right here, and as you can see it is very long, very tangle free. I am pulling it, it's still going, it's still going, it's still going, and finally I'm at the ends. Now at the ends, these do have a 3.5 millimeter headphone and microphone jack, and this is because it is an analog headset. And what's very nice about having 3.5 millimeter jacks at the end of your headphone is that it makes it very versatile, because you can pretty much plug this into anything that has a 3.5 millimeter jack, such as your favorite MP3 player or your iPod, iPhone, or iPad. Now, while this headset is very comfortable up here, as you can see there is a nice pleathery material up here, there is one small problem with this headband right here. It is a very smooth pleather kind of texture. Now this means that during prolonged gaming sessions, at times you will have this headband slip. Now this isn't a deal breaker kind of problem, however it is definitely a minor annoyance, and I would definitely like for Corsair to make something a little more slip resistant. Now one good thing that Corsair does that every other headphone company should do is build removable ear pads, and this is because sometimes we do want to switch different ear pads, such as the memory foam ear pads, and sometimes, well, we just want to switch these out because they get broken pretty fast. So definitely a good job on the design team from Corsair. Finally, on this headset, you also do have a microphone coming off the left ear pad. Now this microphone travels about this much distance, so it should be perfectly adequate for fitting on your face. So now that we have the appearance and design out of the way, the next thing is performance. Now the Corsair Vengeance uses 50mm drivers, and this typically on most headsets translates into better bass response than, say, a headset with 40mm drivers. Now it does also have an impedance of 32 ohms, which is nice because it does allow you to use this pair of headphones without a dedicated headphone amp. Alright, so for the listening tests, what I typically do on my testing is movies and games as a first group, and then music as a second. So since this is a gaming headset, the first test I did was obviously gaming and voice over IP, VoIP. Now, as I went into my first game of Battlefield, I did notice that the sound stage is much larger than a lot of the headsets I've previously used. Now, what's good about a large sound stage? Now, this allows for good positional audio and the ability to discern exactly where each footstep or each bullet was coming from. So I did find that very impressive with this headset, and it was definitely a big improvement to my older pair of headphones, which were the Creative Tactic 3D Sigma headsets I have been using previously. Now, additionally, all voices through Skype and Ventrilo were crystal clear, and the microphone performance was excellent. Now, if you do want an example of what the microphone sounds like, please definitely check the description box below, or I will probably have a link somewhere around this video that will direct you to it. The second test I did was with movies. In order to fully test the abilities of this headset, I watched a mix of intense action movies. Now again, the sound stage really impressed me right off the bat. And the first movie I pretty much watched was Sucker Punch. Now I know you guys might not like that movie, however, you gotta admit the visual and audio effects of that movie are excellent. And I truly pretty much felt immersed in that movie. Now, I was able to clearly discern voices from different characters in the movie in the positions that they were, along with any bullets and swordplay that was involved in that movie. And everything came out pretty clear and pretty crisp. And nothing really sounded muddled like on some of the cheaper gaming headsets that I've used in the past, or sometimes even some headsets that are more expensive. The final test I did was with music listening, and here is where I thought the headphones were actually at their best. Now, I felt the acoustic profile of this headset was extremely flat out of the box and really sounded like a higher end headset, something like a Sennheiser or something. And this made music reproduction on this pair of headsets extremely accurate. I found the highs, mids, and lows to be extremely well balanced, especially on a sub $100 gaming headset. There is definitely one caveat if you do plan on purchasing this headset, is that if you are a person who enjoys heavy bass on your headset, this one might not be for you. Now, while the highs, mids, and lows are very well balanced, people coming from other gaming headsets that are specially tuned for enhanced bass performance or enhanced highs to emphasize some mids and things like that, well, you might not be used to a headset like this, because this is a very balanced, like I said, headset, and it's kind of in the audiophile style performance. Now, one thing to note about my testing is that I did not use a dedicated sound card during this review. And typically, using a dedicated sound card will yield better results. However, what I did do was I attached the USB sound card that came with my Creative Sound Blaster Tactic 3D Sigma. Now, I didn't notice any difference in sound quality between using onboard sound and USB sound. Now, I don't know if there will be a major difference if you do use a PCI Express sound card. However, it should. Currently, this headset runs for $79.99, and the warranty period is 2 years. Now, while this isn't the most expensive pair of headphones on the market, it definitely isn't the cheapest one either. So what is the recommendation on this headset? Well, it depends. The upgraded big brother of this headset, the Vengeance 1500, is only $20 more at $99.99. And this includes a metal headband, which, as you can see here, this one only includes a plastic one. So that one should definitely be a lot more durable. Now, also, the 1500 includes memory foam ear pads. Now, I haven't tried the memory foam ear pads, and I really want to, but it does include memory foam ear pads, which I have heard are more comfortable. Another thing about the 1500 is that it does have a custom tuned USB sound card. So because of this, I do think that for only an extra $20 more, I do think that the Vengeance 1500 is a better buy. However, there is a caveat to that. And because the Vengeance 1500 does use a USB sound card, you are losing a lot of versatility if you purchase the Vengeance 1500 over this pair of 1300s. Now, why is that? Because you no longer have access to the 3.5mm jacks. This also means that you lose the ability to connect this pair of headsets to, say, an MP3 device or something like that. Now, additionally, if you do have your own dedicated sound card, the sound should definitely be better than any USB sound card can provide. So if you do have that $100 or $200 PCI Express sound card that you spent on last year in your computer, by all means get this headset and don't get the Vengeance 1500. Alright, so on one final note, what I want to say is that if you do love tons and tons of bass in your headsets, you definitely need to look somewhere else for a headset, because this headset is definitely not tuned for bass. Now, while you can improve the bass with equalizer settings and things like that, you're definitely not going to get anywhere near the kind of rumbling, head rattling kind of bass that you would get on headsets that come from the factory bass boosted. Now, with all that said, I really enjoy listening to this headset. So if you are looking for a new headset this holiday season, make sure you do take a good hard look at the Corsair Vengeance 1300 as well as the Corsair Vengeance 1500. Guys, I know this video was long, but I want to thank you for watching this video review of the Corsair Vengeance 1300 analog gaming headset. Now, if you'd like to see more, definitely subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video. Peace.